My long-awaited book, Astrology Realized, is finally available and waiting for you at Amazon and other online retailers. Get one for you, your loved one, or as a gift. All part of your fabulous journey to understanding astrology. Enjoy. Hello, fabulous Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2013, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, a lot of the themes that I discuss in the Saturn special that I posted a year ago are coming up pretty strongly, and that's thanks to an eclipse that is activating Saturn in the sky. And for you in particular, yes, there is a financial expression of this, okay? And so I'll just get it out of the way first. Financially, you're doing pretty good. It's going to get better. Financially, not as simple as just saying, okay, this is good and this is bad, but it does look like you are getting more clear as to what your relationship with money is going to be, what it's going to represent for you, what matters in terms of money. But also, yes, you do seem to end the month with more money in which you started it. So financially, I think that you're going to be just fine this month. And a lot of the turnarounds are going to happen, and a lot of the pick-me-ups, if you will, are going to happen rather quickly and rather surprisingly as well. But at the same time, as much as resolutions and new starts are happening rather fast, at the same time, it's almost as if energetically, based on things that you've been putting into place over the last year, it's a little bit as if it's a long time coming. But once that resolution comes, once you have that moment when you know that financially you're going to be okay, there is a bit of an exhale that happens for you. So that's very nice for you to hold on to, and that's one literal way of understanding what transpires for you this month. But of course, I am your astrologer, and so I'm not interested in just the literal stuff. The literal stuff is fun too, but I do like to look at what it represents. What is it symbolic of? And also, what's happening on other levels of your experience? How are you learning? How are you growing? How are you utilizing this time in your life to be better than you were before? Because that's when I think astrology is at its best, when it asks us to step up our game and asks us to be better than we were. This month, what is highlighted for you in that regard has to do with this idea of the life, death, rebirth cycle, okay? So I'm reminded as I look at the sky of the Hindu goddess Kali and how she represents this idea of life, death, and rebirth. And I do think that in some very significant way, you are going to come to understand, very likely early in the month, that you're not who you once were. That something within you, very deep within your psyche, in fact, has shifted. And what you once not only wanted, but were drawn to, and if you allow me to say, almost as if what once turned you on no longer does. Now, some of you are going to experience that in the way that it sounds, and others of you are going to experience this in other areas of your life, not necessarily romantically. But regardless, whatever it is for you, it does look like the automatic responses you once had are now changing or have changed. And you get a very powerful insight into how you have reacted in the past and how that has driven a lot of your motivation, and how now you're just in such a different space. What you want is so different. And that automatic reaction no longer suits who it is that you have become. In fact, I do think that for most Aries out there, it does seem to come as a very surprise moment, a very quick moment where all of a sudden you find yourself responding in ways that are very different than they were before. Now, for some of you, this is going to come as a shock. And for most of you, though, this is going to come as quite a delight. However it is that it presents itself, in whatever area of life in which it presents itself, it does represent a major turning point for you. And this turning point is a marker of a new you that has already been a long time in the making. A you that is more in line with a higher vision for your life, and that is more in line with an adult vision of your life. And far from being less fun, it actually brings a lot more fun and a lot more confidence to your life by recognizing that you don't have to play that role that you once did. You don't have to be your former younger self. you can now step into a more adult and self-respecting version of you.